watching MontyTV. I'm Jacki Karsh, sitting down now with Sebastian Dauemueller. He's the Managing Director of DC Advisory. Sebastian, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell me what's happening in the European markets right now.
It's a very interesting time for the European markets, given there's a lot of uncertainty. Overall, we're looking at a very buoyant M&A market that is propped up by tons of cash on corporates' balance sheets. On top of that, you have private equity funds flush with cash as well, and a high level of liquidity in the debt markets. That all makes for a ton of M&A activity, high levels of valuation, which in itself is great. Now, the big problem here is, however, that we have a ton of economic uncertainty and public uncertainty in the markets. So think of things like the never-ending debate around Brexit, the UK leaving the European Union, what that has done to the currencies, but also now more recently around the coronavirus. So therefore, we see investors starting to pay a premium for resilience over growth. So whereas before you were looking for high growth businesses and pumping a lot of capital in those, now people are looking to park their capital in a very safe spot. And if we think about technology, this leads you to business models with a high level of resilience, such as B2B software businesses or business information and data businesses. This is really where we see most of the activity in the market today.
Do you think there's an opportunity to reassure investors?
It is not just an opportunity, it is almost a requirement to calm nerves and really think about what actually is happening in the markets. And a lot of it is just fear driven by a lot of exogenous shocks. But does that actually re-rate the markets in the long term? At the moment, we don't believe so, in particular for those resilient type of business models where you have recurring revenue streams. Think of an ERP software business. Effectively, your client has to go bust. This thing stays in that business until the lights go out.
And where do you see 2020?
Well, that is a good question. And if I really knew the answer to that, I'd be not here. I'd be in the stock markets right now investing. But if I dare to make a prognosis, I do believe that bar any major exogenous shocks, we will see a similar environment to 2019 where we have a lot of capital in the market and that will continue to be deployed for the best assets out there. However, if a business is maybe not in the top quartile, it is more tricky to raise funding or actually sell that business.